And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 294. Today is Thursday, November 29th, and it is pouring down rain in what's supposed to be sunny LA. And I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish.
Raphael Sadiq lied. It does rain in Southern California.
Doesn't it, though?
Man.
Look, we need this. Clear all these forest fires and all that stuff. So,
yeah, we need the rain,
this
man.
This is good news. This is good news. All right, for the free crypto coin yesterday, who won?
Oh, yeah. So our winner from yesterday was AbleNet Tech. Thank you again.
Thank you
for your comments. I saw your comment about the crypto coin going out. Just had wallet updates, so we had some troubles with sending it out, but they'll all be sent out by the end of the week. Yeah. Thank you for that. He agreed with our question about stable coins. Everybody will have to use stable coins at some point. Looks like every exchange is implementing some sort of stable coin, so you can't run away. I guess you just find the best one you can and go from there. However, it will be interesting, like we've said before, how decentralized exchanges adjust to this market with the regular exchanges having stable coins. So thank you for that comment, AbleNet Tech.
Thank you, AbleNet Tech. And speaking of stable coins, I mean, to jump to our first story, actually, I switched some stories around, but to jump to the first one, let's talk about Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Amazon has launched a new service for building blockchains.
Oh, yeah.
And the only reason I would say the piggyback off the stablecoin thing is because, I mean, hey, if they're launching a service to build blockchains, how long will it be before they have their own token, utility token, whatever you want to call it, security token or stablecoin? But tech giant Amazon is launching a blockchain service to help clients develop blockchain networks without incurring the cost of creating their own platform. This kind of, I guess, goes on the backbone of the Amazon Web Services, which we've been talking about a lot, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. And Amazon Web Services, if you've noticed how they've progressed, they've kind of stayed under the radar. However, everybody in the tech field realizes how important it is, because if you can scale instantly and you don't have to create the network from scratch as far as marketing and all that, all you have to do is say, we're using Amazon's blockchain as a service, you can onboard a lot of people a lot quicker. And in some people's view, they're like, well, this is starting to make it more decentralized. Well, if you're going to have apps or if you're going to have decentralized apps, the first thing you're going to have to figure out is how to get users, how to scale. If you haven't figured it out yet, companies like this are going to take over. And it looks like Amazon might have defeated a lot of the ICOs. Right. Most of the ICOs that came out, this was their whole shtick was we can have a network and we can process millions of transactions, but that's because there's no transactions on the network.
There's no transactions, no competition in the market either.
Yeah, and Amazon has proven they have enough space, plenty.
Real quick shout outs, Crypto Blood in the house is going on. If you all are listening to us on our podcast, watching us, make sure you subscribe to Crypto Blood's channel on YouTube and listen to the episode. We had him on as a special guest as well. It was like an hour-long episode, a lot of good information. So make sure you check them out. What's going on, Captain James? That's right. Smash that like and share button, people, and subscribe. Crypto Ty, what's going on? Crypto Ty said Icon partner with Amazon Web Service.
Yeah, a lot there. Icon, Tron, Quantum. A lot of people are getting on that because they can scale really quick and their technology won't be faded by the network. Because if you have to build a network from scratch, it took Bitcoin, what, 3 or 4 years to have a network that seemed like an actual money processing place. So some of these ICOs are less than a year old. Not gonna happen. Amazon, maybe.
And one thing you remember, we talk about this too, when it comes to partnering, make sure there's an actual partnership because anybody who decides to use Amazon Web Services, especially since it's so novel and people don't know exactly what it is and how it works, they can just say, well, we're a partner with Amazon via their web service. And it's like they're not actually partners, they're just using it. But again, people, to beat this into your heads for anybody that's on the, whether you're doing developing or coding or just running a business looking to scale digitally, Amazon Web Service, you have to start using it, start learning it. We're both learning it right now. It's going to take a while. It's a lot of stuff, but you definitely want to jump on it right now.
Yeah, it's like saying you partner with Netflix.
Oh, there we go. Crypto Blood said a lot of EOS BPs use them too. So
you know it.
There we go. What's going on? Cool Works from Atlanta.
What's going on?
S1 Dubs, Jizzy Mac, everybody in here.
What up, Paul Max?
Yeah. So again, this is one of the stories where we want to highlight not only because they're doing their own blockchain, that again for a lot of institutions and businesses who have no clue what blockchains are, but all they're going to hear is the security part, and then they're going to hear that Amazon can host it all for them. And I'm sure they're going to have concierges as this thing gets bigger and bigger and it rolls out more to the point where a business doesn't have to do anything but pay a monthly fee. Right? So this, you definitely want to pay attention to this when it comes to the market, because as Bitcoins, they said, if they do end up hitting that home run, being that big company to host these blockchains, then a lot of your tokens will be no good.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of these ICOs will be worthless.
I mean, literally,
why do we need your network? You
right.
just use Amazon's. But
It's like 3 months later, Amazon say they have a token and network and everything in place for businesses to join in on. Like a lot of these tokens will go down the drain.
Oh yeah. And Jizzy Mackey said, did Dan Larimer leave EOS yet? I don't know if he left yet, but he did in one of his posts say something about starting a new project. So he's one of the guys that he helped start Steemit, which we'll talk about. He started EOS, and now he's looking at another project. I forget the name of it, but I don't think he's left. But I think EOS was his big thing.
Right,
so I don't know if he's
Crypto
ever
Blood in here said same thing. This is his ultimate vision and project.
Yeah, this is like his life work. So I don't think he's gonna leave it anytime.
Well, speaking of Dan, like you said, let's go ahead and jump over to our next story, which is decentralized social media platform Steemit lays off 70% of staff following market crash. People, I mean, it's been tough in crypto. We've been talking about the news cycles has been slow. There's only like literally a handful of YouTubers coming at you daily or weekly. I mean, Crypto Blood included. You got 3 of us all in the same chat room right now. But you know, it's been unfortunate because some of these companies have been doing their best, doing a good job. Steemit is one you could think of that they're trying their best to be, you know, decentralized and allow people to post and create content what they want and get rewarded for it. But it looks like now after this cryptocurrency quote unquote market crash, it's beginning a new structural reorganization, and it had to lay off more than 70% of its staff and employees. You know, what can you say about this?
Well, I will say this is kind of misleading because if you think about the staffs that blockchain companies have, they're usually not more than 10, 20 people. So he might have had 10 people and laid off 7.
That's true.
So that's 70%. But at the same time, if you have to get rid of most of the people, either you found a new way to do it that's cheaper, or there are troubles, and it looks like it may be a few troubles just based on the fact that the market has corrected. A lot of companies are going through this, starting to sell off the Ethereum. In fact, most companies started selling Ethereum in the last month when the price was lower than, you know, where it was before at 1,100, I think. So
this is when you got to hold people. It's hard. We know.
Oh yeah, we know it's hard. And I mean, I remember reading Steam's white paper back in the day and thinking to myself, it was like, yeah, that's a novel idea. Somebody's got to try it. Somebody's got to try and have social media where you get rewarded in crypto. But you know, it was a good attempt. We'll see if they can recover.
People, this is the beginning. This is the Wild West still. The key for Steemit. And I understand, I mean, if you got to lay off a lot of people to save the project, that's what you have to do right now in the short term, because the key for them is just to stay alive.
Yeah, just stay alive.
I mean, if Steemit stays alive, then it will be a hit, people. It will be a win, just the fact off, you know, how that cult-like following has been around, it's been through its own wars and battles itself. So I think their main thing is like, hey, let's just keep this project alive. People like it. I think the biggest problem Steem has, honestly, just not enough people know about it. Yeah, I mean that's really
just not enough users.
Not enough users. Not enough people know about it. But
I was gonna say one thing too. Somebody mentioned if you have a bull market, it's not just a bull market for price. It's a bull market for content creation. Because when the bull market was going on, everybody was on Steemit, and people were looking for ways to learn about it. So Steemit was one good place.
Nice. Yeah, S1 Dubs just said the same thing. Captain James said I like Steem, but I was done after that $15,000 makeup tutorial. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I missed that.
That's pretty funny. It must have been going down. I mean, listen, when you got a Bitcoin worth 20K, there's gonna be some wild numbers getting thrown around. But yeah, definitely. Again, we feel for Steemit. We get it. Things have been slow for every crypto company. Everybody who's in crypto full time. If things haven't been slow, then what are they doing? You really, I mean, legally, illegally speaking. I mean, we got Lambos at conferences. When the price is at, you know, a pretty big low in the last 12 months, it says something about some of these projects.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like Dan Larimer is creating a Steemit killer on EOS platform, Crypto Blood said.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Cornelius said, I forgot my password there. One pass, last pass. You got to use them.
Join the club. Yeah, right? I forgot my very first one, but I ain't put anything on it.
All right, now to talk about our favorite gang of whipping boys and gals. FBI arrests the Rise Bank CEO. He was indicted for fraud of over $4 million. Whew. That is right. It was a cryptocurrency firm, Arise Bank. I don't know who would invest in a cryptocurrency with the name bank in it. But the CEO of cryptocurrency firm, Arise Bank, was arrested by the FBI November 28th. On charges of defrauding hundreds of investors with over $4 million. The news was reported and released from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Texas. Woo! Boy, they might take you out back.
Oh, yeah.
Published on the U.S. Department of Justice website. I hope you have some of that money back.
Yeah. I hope you save some. I hope your bank got a vault. Right. It was funny too. It says here the self-described cryptocurrency bank ordering it to halt any services to states' residents, given that it was found that it did not, in fact, offer banking services. You don't say. It says they don't go together. It's oil and water. You can't have a crypto bank and then say you offer banking services on top of it. And I'm pretty sure that is the most illegal thing you can do in this country. We've seen some crazy ICOs, but at least they didn't deal with actually we're starting our own bank and it's a decentralized banking platform. Come on, man. That's not going to fly. And Texas has been pretty swift with this cease and desist orders. They've gotten a lot of people out here. BitConnect, USI Tech, a few other people. So they are not playing in Texas.
Oh, shout out to Crypto Blood for the tip. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Appreciate it, bro.
You've actually, you know, I think we've been going through the same things as you as some of our subscribers. I'm not getting all my notifications, and I'm subscribed to you too. So we got to figure it out. But you know we're going to drop in and tear up your channel's chat here next soon. Captain James said, LOL, the feds probably want their penalties and fees paid in crypto. Oh, of course. Yeah. You already know. It looks like they arrested the CEO again, 30-year-old Jared Rice Sr., who's actually previously the subject of a civil action filed by the SEC's Fort Worth regional office in February and indicted on 3 counts of securities fraud and 3 counts of wire fraud for the same crypto scheme. So, yeah, they're just trying to get, I mean, at this point, they're trying to get paid. This happened in February, and he already got hit with civil. I guess he's getting hit with the criminal side now. But, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I guess when it comes to regulations and the government's finger in the pot, this is the good thing. If there are bad people, they can find these bad actors and get them out of there. Man. But again, people, this is crypto, and you got people investing in banks. A crypto bank, they have to. They have to pay their tuition just like everyone else, and you pay it in different ways. Some people get the Pell Grant. Yeah. Some people get loans. Some people pay out of pocket, but you're going to pay. Yeah. Somebody at that school is getting your money.
Crypto bank.
In a school of crypto hard knocks. Somebody's definitely gonna get the payoff early on.
All I gotta say is $4 million is not worth up to 120 years in federal prison.
Woo.
You can keep that $4 million, brother. 120 years.
120 years.
Yeah, man. That means
if I'm facing 120 years, I made $4 million. There's a small country island with my name on it somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, could you imagine if they come up with a way for you to live longer and you still got to stay in jail for this?
What is this? Oh, method man over here.
Somebody come up with an elixir so people live to like 150, 160. You still got to sit in jail.
Like, oh, no, y'all not going to die on us.
120.
Health is of the utmost importance. But speaking of banks,
120.
For those who watch the regular news, you know we weren't going to let the day go by without talking about this bank. We've talked about this bank millions of times. Or not millions, but many times, because not only have they been hacked, they've been alleged to do criminal acts. We know they do criminal acts, but it looks like it is almost official. Deutsche Bank headquarters have been raided over money laundering.
Oh, man.
That is right. The Frankfurt headquarters of Deutsche Bank have been raided by prosecutors in a money laundering investigation. What is going on over in Frankfurt?
Well, it looks like they have over 170 police and officials scouring the entire building, trying to find out exactly what is going on with their company, because it was released in 2016, something called the Panama Papers.
You know what? I thought people went to sleep on that. I remember I read through some. I remember I read through some of those and it just went dark. But
yeah, they forgot about the Panama Papers.
We had a 2-year investigation, i.e., all the higher up people get out while you can.
Oh yeah, and I'll be interested to see how long this story lasts. It'll probably have a 24-hour news cycle, and it'll be buried like the rest. However, Deutsche Bank's shares fell 3% immediately after the news came out. The police have raided several locations in Germany, and they said they are cooperating fully. If you are a bank that does billions of dollars worth of illegal things, I'm sure you have a way to circumvent it or get around it. Or if you have to do something illegal, find a way to just get fined. Nobody's probably going to jail. If they do, it'll probably be a middleman that can't, afford a lawyer to fight it. And with banks, if, like, say for instance, there was one time in Bitcoin's history where the creator somehow laundered all this, whatever, Bitcoin would be dead forever. But we have examples of this from banks over and over and over, and Deutsche Bank is just the latest. They were fined $630 million last year in connection with Russia, and they were trying to move $10 billion this time. So it's basically like.
And here's the thing. That's right. Crypto Blood has said the HSBC 2.0. What's going on, Madam Crypto? John Seaver. What's going on? Yeah. But literally, people, we're talking about. This is what drug cartels do, okay? Yeah. When they are bringing shipments over, or whether it's drugs over to America or the money and cash back over to wherever country they're sending it back out to, they're doing it in these type of shipments. They're doing billions of dollars. They're doing multi-millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They are operating like a criminal enterprise, which they are, which is why in the title we had to mention the gang with banks, because they are criminals. These are thugs. We have to start. I mean, was it Max Kaiser said the thing about calling them terrorists, jihadists?
They are terrorists.
They are, and it's crazy how much they get away with. But I mean, hey, this is the good thing. Whenever it happens, you got to highlight it. This is the CEO right here, Christian Suing, who I'm sure is laughing at this right now.
It's
like, you know,
put on a good show.
Give him another couple of $100 million and keep the dog's office for now 5 years until this bad taste got him out. But again, these are the same regulators though who look at these banks who are laundering, you know, percentage sizes of the cryptocurrency market is what they're actually laundering.
This is 10% of the market,
right? They're like, but instead of focusing on this, they've redirected all their energy to the crypto market. That should kind of show you what type of parasites we're dealing with, because they know better than go after other bankers. Because if you go after other bankers,
it's hard to get
magic bullets come out of the sky, and then it's hard to get funded. So.
Yeah, and I like I said, I always think about the scene in Scarface when they were walking into the bank with the big piles of cash and the dude on the phone. This is what I imagine just in the digital era. They basically doing the same thing, because the only way you can move money is somebody has to launder it through a bank before Bitcoin. So we're talking about a 10-year history of Bitcoin, a 1,000-year history of drugs being sold. So before the Bitcoin period, this is how it was done. Now it's just more sophisticated. It's through the digital world, the ability to say, oh, we set up these shell companies, we move to here. And even if they do find the money, so to say, and they have to find them, they never actually put anybody in jail. And that's what I want people going to jail. Who cares about if you made $1 billion and you got to pay back half of it? Who cares? If I have to go to jail for 10 years every time I make that $1 billion, a lot less corruption.
I'm just confused. I mean, I guess it's a part of the game. I'm still learning this part, I guess. But I'm just confused as to why even play the whole game of pretending like people's going to jail and you're doing something? Just say, you know what? This is what it is. Starting right now, if you don't got at least $100 million in the bank, you not nothing to us. All right? Like, good luck on getting it. But until then, we're going to keep our foot on your throat. I'd rather somebody just tell me that. And you're out here in the wild versus this illusionary game gets played. But with all that being said, on a positive note, the UAE launches blockchain initiative to process 50% of government transactions by 2021. Oh yeah, this is amazing, people. Hopefully, this will be a testing ground for many other governments, or at least citizens of other governments, to look at and learn how to create. Because if we can get our governments on public blockchains, then we may have a chance to be able to catch some of the craziness that's going on. Like they said, 50% though. You ain't getting all of it. You're not getting all of it. So what are these two national initiatives that are focusing on the position of the country globally in emerging technologies such as blockchain and artificial intelligence? So it looks like the UAE by 2021, half the government's transactions will be on the blockchain. By 2031, they'll be the leader in regards to AI. So two of the things that they've called it is the National Program for AI and blockchain capacity building. These are the programs that they want to partner with higher education, and they want to be able to educate people on blockchain technology and AI so they can build this economy. Because in their eyes, if they start building now, which is what we try and tell everybody in our immediate community, you start building now, 10, 20 years from now, you'll be the head of industry. Your kids will be heads of industry, and everybody around you will have insight into, the biggest industry in the world. Because I think AI is right beside blockchain as far as how big it is. All it takes is one project, people, to disrupt everyone's life at this point. I mean, honestly, with trading, what is trading? Most of it is algorithmic AI-based trading anyway. So the human element is going away. And if you don't have anything to do with blockchain or with AI, definitely keep your sights set on blockchain as well. So UAE is doing it right. If you've been over to UAE, it's extremely nice over there. They want to keep it. So they're definitely getting ready for the future. UAE is beautiful. So
beautiful.
Go see where all that oil money goes. The Dave Chappelle.
Oil. Who said something about oil?
Who said something about you cooking? Yeah. Speaking of oil, blockchain oil trading platform backed by Shell and BP is now live. Now, you all know we are not your institutional, commercial friendly folks. No, I'm just kidding. We love everyone. But seriously, we always don't talk positive about the big companies. But here is the reason why we're talking about this story with Shell and BP backing this oil platform. We've been covering this story for a while now. I think it was probably early this year, maybe possibly late last year, when we started hearing about it and talking about it. But it looks like a blockchain platform built by VAT Global, a consortium venture set up by major firms, including Shell and BP, has launched to bring new efficiencies to energy commodities trading. The reason why we're paying attention to it is because we talk about some of these internal blockchains that we may see in the future. Actually, during our chat, I'm glad Crypto Blood is on with us during our chat when we had him on live as a guest. That's one of the things he actually pointed out. He was like, the internal blockchains may actually work if they're like, disposed across nodes within a company work. So we think this will be a good testing ground to look at. Let's see how Shell and BP do it. If they actually have a real blockchain, are they sharing it amongst each other? How is the security?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if it's internal, it'll teach other companies how to do it, because that's really what most blockchains will come down to. It'll be a private blockchain within companies. And hopefully, if we can get to a point where they're public, then that's cool. But they'll start off as private because that's the only way they know. They know how to use databases. And the blockchain part of it really is just testing new technology. So good to see there from the oil industry. It is JP Morgan, but they got to get that money. So
right. That's right. Crypto Blood said, just imagine AI and blockchain. He says the end. It's the end. Crypto Ty said, we are literally living in history, the next technological revolution. And I thought about that the other day as well, because a lot of us were, very young when the computers, in the 90s and whatever. Some people were teens, pre-teens. But some of us were young enough to we couldn't really catch it on the business side of things. But now we are, again, like you said, we're in a new one. So it's pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting. Just imagine too, Crypto Blood, or anybody else thinking about AI. People always talk about use case of Bitcoin and blockchain for humans. I always say, what are you going to pay your AI with? Because crypto is perfect to pay artificial intelligence with.
What are you going to pay your AI with?
So if you have instant AI payments where it actually turns on and works based on the payment from somebody else, crypto is probably the best way to go about it.
Does not take cash.
Yeah, exactly.
Andre Antonopoulos laid out one of his speeches when he was talking about the autonomous vehicles. He was like, eventually it'll get to a point where the cars can go to the service station and get themselves serviced. When you go and drive in your selfless driving car or whatever, or a taxi or Uber like one, you'll use your phone, you'll pay with it for crypto. It'll literally be hands off of everything. So it's happening. I think it's probably further out than we think, because we saw how hard the government fought electric vehicles. So I think, I just got done watching Battle in Seattle now, so I'm kind of jaded at the moment, but just knowing that they're smart enough to know how much AI and blockchain and crypto can do, but how much that will lessen their grip on power and their finances, I don't see that just being an easy one either. So
we're gonna need some District 9 type,
right? You know what I mean? We're gonna need some help on that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to come and take it from us.
But hey, I told myself I was gonna start being more positive so I could sneak back on in there and help everybody out. All right. Captain James said, blockchain tech news is so bullish, it's almost too much to handle. I have a huge smile on my face and I'm in position to ride the wave. It's like a dream come true. There it is.
Yeah, people.
There it is. For the free cryptic coins, what are we doing today?
Oh yeah, so Amazon. We just discussed Amazon's blockchain. Do you think Amazon will wipe out 99% of the ICOs out there simply because, like we said, they can scale and you don't have to create a network from scratch? Let us know what you think. Do you think it's good for the blockchain economy because that'll force people to be better? Let us know what you think. Put your address and we'll send those cryptic coins this week.
As always, thank you for watching. Have a happy Thursday. Crypto Blood, shout out to you again. Thanks for joining us as well.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be sure to check you all out soon. Until tomorrow at 10ish.
Cheers.